The last raid of Marcus. Marcus DeLeo gripped the handle of his machete so tightly that his knuckles turned white. Through the broken window of an abandoned store, he watched the horde of walkers slowly combing through the street. There were at least 30 of them, too many for one person, but he had no choice. Only 2 cans remained in his backpack, and his sister Sophia had been lying with a fever for the 3rd day. "Need to move," he muttered to himself, checking the bullets in his pistol. 9 rounds. Not much. Marcus had been an ordinary mechanic before the world went to hell. 35 years old, solid build from working with heavy tools, but completely unprepared for survival among the dead. In 2 years he had learned a lot: how to silently kill walkers, how to find food, how to treat wounds. But most importantly, how to lose people. First it was his wife Karen, then his son Jake. Now he only had his younger sister left, and he wasn't going to lose her. Suddenly the sound of engines reached his ears. 3 pickup trucks appeared around the corner, crushing walkers at full speed in their path. Marcus recognized the characteristic red bandanas and baseball bats, saviors. Negan's group. The vehicles stopped nearby and about 12 armed men got out. Marcus held his breath. The saviors were almost as dangerous as the walkers, maybe even worse. "All right, boys," came a familiar voice with a characteristic whistle. A tall man in a leather jacket stepped out of the main pickup, holding a barbed wire-wrapped bat. Negan himself. "Lucille and I need to stretch a little. Which one of you dead fucks wants to dance?" Marcus gritted his teeth. Negan's presence meant this wasn't an ordinary patrol. They were looking for something specific. Or someone. The saviors methodically cleared the street of walkers until one of them called Negan over. "Boss, there are tracks here. Fresh ones. Someone's hiding in that store." Marcus's heart sank somewhere into his stomach. He looked around, searching for a back exit, but there wasn't one. The only way was through the main entrance, right past the saviors. Well, Negan smiled, swinging Lucille. "We're playing hide and seek here? I just love this game. Especially when winning is easy." Marcus took off his backpack and checked his weapons. Machete, knife, pistol with 9 rounds. Against 12 armed men, this was suicide, but there was no other way out. Sophia needed medicine, and the nearest pharmacy was several blocks away. He took a deep breath and burst from cover, immediately rushing toward the nearest savior. The machete went through the man's neck like butter, but the others had already reacted. "Son of a bitch," one of them roared, raising a shotgun. Marcus rolled behind an abandoned car just in time to avoid the blast. Buckshot shredded the air where his head had been a second ago. "Alive," Negan ordered. "I want to talk to him before Lucille gets acquainted with his brains." Marcus used the moment of confusion and fired twice from behind cover. One of the saviors fell, clutching his shoulder, but the rest quickly surrounded his position. "Stop fooling around, friend," Negan shouted. "You're surrounded. Come out with your hands up and I promise death will be quick." Well, relatively quick. Instead of answering, Marcus threw a smoke grenade he had found weeks ago in an abandoned police station. Thick gray smoke quickly filled the street. "What the hell?" one of the saviors cursed. Marcus used the confusion and began moving through the smoke, silently eliminating enemies one by one. A knife between the ribs here, strangulation there. In a minute, 3 saviors lay dead. But the smoke was clearing, and Marcus found himself face to face with Negan and 5 of his men. "Wow, boy," Negan laughed, spinning Lucille in his hands. "You're really good. But not that good." Suddenly, shots rang out from the side. New figures emerged through the broken store windows, a man with a revolver and a woman with a crossbow. Marcus recognized them from descriptions: Rick Grimes and Daryl. "Negan." Rick barked, aiming directly at the savior leader's head. "Enough." "Oh, look who showed up," Negan smiled, but Marcus noticed how his shoulders tensed. Hero Rick Grimes and his faithful companion. How touching. Daryl said nothing, just fired her crossbow. The bolt pierced one of the savior's chest and he fell dead. Chaotic gunfire began. Marcus used the confusion and rushed to the nearest cover, an overturned car. Bullets whistled over his head, shattering glass and hitting metal surfaces with deafening clangs. Rick methodically fired his revolver, each bullet finding its target. In seconds, 3 saviors lay dead. Daryl reloaded her crossbow and hit another enemy's leg, who screamed in pain. "Time to go, boss," one of the saviors shouted, shooting his way to the pickups. Negan retreated slowly, not taking his eyes off Rick. "This isn't over, Grimes," he hissed. "Lucille and I will be back." "We'll be waiting," Rick replied calmly. The saviors got into their vehicles and drove off with roaring engines, leaving behind a cloud of dust and several corpses. Marcus slowly rose from cover, keeping his hands visible. Rick and Daryl turned to him without lowering their weapons. "Thank you," Marcus said. "You saved my life." Rick nodded, studying him with his gaze. "What's your name?" "Marcus DeLeo. I live here with my sister. She's sick, I need medicine." Daryl lowered her crossbow and came closer. "What kind of illness?" "Fever, cough. 3rd day now. I'm afraid it might be pneumonia." Rick and Daryl exchanged glances. "We have antibiotics," Rick said. "But it'll cost you." "What do you want?" Marcus asked, ready for anything. "Information. Did you see where the saviors went? We need to know their routes, stopping points." Marcus nodded. Over the past months, he had indeed observed savior movements, studying their habits for his own safety. They usually patrol the eastern sector on Tuesdays and Fridays. They refuel at the gas station near the old bridge. They have a small weapons cache there. Rick smiled, the first smile Marcus had seen on his face. "Good. Go get your sister. We'll wait." Marcus ran to his hideout, the basement of a house 3 blocks away. Sophia lay on a mattress covered with an old blanket. Her face was red with fever. "Marcus," she babbled weakly, "you came back." "Everything's fine," he said, lifting her. "I found help." Rick and Daryl waited by a jeep. Daryl injected Sophia. "She needs rest," she said. "We have a safe place," Rick added. "Join us." Marcus glanced at his sister, then nodded. As the jeep drove away, smoke marked his old life. Ahead was something new, and hope. Sophia slept in his arms, and for the first time Marcus believed things would be okay.